Hi, my name is Sarah Folorunso, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience working at ADollarClass so far, and I'm going to be talking about my experience of being the intern of the month for the month of June. So to start things off, I'm just going to be starting from the beginning, so before I got into ADollarClass. I'm still working on my master's in school counseling, and I have a bachelor's in psychology. I was looking for an internship that I would be able to gain work experience, because work experience is very important in anyone's career, especially when they're early on. I'm only 23 years old. I was really craving and looking for a job, whether paying or non-paying, that was going to offer me that experience. So I went on Indeed and I just typed in internships and virtual opportunities, because I also travel quite a lot, so I was also looking for something virtual and work from home. And I stumbled across ADollarClass one day and I decided to apply. I was contacted shortly after to schedule an interview through the Indeed app and through my email. So I scheduled the interview, and during the interview I got a really good impression. Especially I was drawn to the company's mission and value statement, helping people with mentorship, counseling, teaching, conversation for the affordable price of $1, and virtually. That just sounded so good to me, and it really aligned with what I feel people need, considering I want to be a school counselor and I want to counsel people in the future, and I want to assist people online and in person. So that caught my attention, and I really did enjoy my interview. I felt like what was said was really shown in the interview process, and all my questions were answered. I learned more about what day-to-day would require. I applied for a virtual assistant internship, and I was told that it would just basically be, you would be like a virtual receptionist, in the sense that you answer emails, you do various tasks, so many different jobs, and you would really get to learn on the job. And that's what I did. So then I got accepted, and I was told that it was because they saw stuff in my resume, and they also got a good impression from my interview. To talk briefly about my resume, I just kind of went on online Google Docs and made a template of my resume. I had my university on there, I had my current school counseling master's on there, I had the previous jobs I worked on. I think I have my high school diploma on there, so it just gives you a good look at who I am. And that might have played a part why I was selected to go further into the interview process. And then I got the job. My first assignment was to interview a bunch of people, and that caught me off guard, because I've never interviewed people. Of course, I was with a supervisor, so I wasn't all alone, but it was definitely a good learning experience. One thing ADollarClass does for people is it gives you the chance to do so many interesting tasks, work with a great team, and learn skills. My first task was an interview, and then my next task, I think like a week later, was training. So my first task was about 6 to 7 interviews with potential interns as well. So it was really nice to interview people who I'm now working with, and get a sense of what they want to do. And they had some great personalities, and they also were driven and motivated and also wanted to learn. So that was refreshing, and it was also inspiring to hear different people's stories, and I felt like I learned so much from that. And then my next task, which was training, was also interesting, because I got to learn about the company culture. So when you train, you tell the people what they're going to expect to see, and what we stand for, and what we adhere to. And it really got me to learn more about the company culture. My third task was being a moderator for our webinar that just passed in July, and it was very interesting. All the tasks I've done so far I had never done in the past, so I'm just learning new things and new skills all the time, and it's exceeding my expectations, because I could have never imagined that I would learn all these new skills from such an amazing company. It is a privilege to learn these things, because this is invaluable stuff that you're learning at ADollarClass, things that you wouldn't just learn in a textbook or in a class or sitting down at a lecture. These are like hands-on experience. Like, you're putting you're hands on it, you're working, you're learning, and you get to boast of the experiences you have in the future. You get to say, I did this and I did that, especially in future interviews and in future job applications. You can put this on your resume. So I feel like this is such a good internship because it gives people that opportunity. Moderating at the webinar it just taught me so many different skills, planning, a major event. It helped me, learn. I was very inspired by the webinar as well. We plan to do many more events, and that's just what you get at ADollarClass. You get the chance to do things you never thought you would do. That's my internship experience so far. So I've done a couple of tasks. I'm gonna move on to the intern of the month experience. So when I found out that I was gonna be the intern of the month for June, I was so shocked. I was thrilled and excited. It really showed that they had seen something in my work so far, and I was very grateful that was the case. I try to work really hard, and I really, really do love this job. So having someone say, you deserve this and you have earned this, it was a very exciting moment. I didn't see it coming. Would I say that there were some things that I was doing that got me to intern of the month? I wouldn't say necessarily I can see all the work that I did that got me there, but I will say that I always did try my best with every task I was given. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay not to know something, but the key is to always try your best and give it 100%. At the end of the day, you can say I did what I needed to do and I tried my best, and no matter what happens, you can say that. So I would assume that that's probably what got me intern of the month, but I am not 100% sure. I feel like it was a nice experience. June has passed and now we're in August, so my time is over and someone else just got July, and it is a really good camaraderie thing that each month they pick someone, because it really shows that your skills are being shown and they're appreciating what you're doing. And I feel like ADollarClass is such a good team environment. I love the work environment. I love my colleagues. I love my coworkers. I love my supervisors. They just are supportive. They want to see you grow. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you learn. They want to help you when you need help. They want to clap for you and pat you on the back when you do well. And I feel like that's what I've gotten, and that if anyone sees ADollarClass and they want to apply, that's what you're going to get too. Let's move on into advice and what I think for anyone who potentially would apply for ADollarClass. I feel like if you see it on a job board, you should go for it. You have nothing to lose, only so much to gain by applying for ADollarClass. ADollarClass is an opportunity that is quite rare, in the sense that even as an intern, you're not getting paid. I feel like learning and experience is just as valuable as money, depending on where you're at in your career. If you're early on in your career, experience is something that's coveted, it's needed, it's expected, it's required for many jobs, and you need to start somewhere. This is a great place to start, considering the fact that it is hard to gain experience. You're gonna go into your career in the future and people are gonna ask for 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years of experience, and you're gonna be a little nervous because you just started out. So you're thinking, how on earth do they expect me to gain experience if everyone wants experience? ADollarClass is willing to give it to you. It's willing to meet you at the middle, whether you're still in school, whether you're fresh out of school, whether you're just looking to dive into a new career opportunity, because there's so many different types of internships. It's not just virtual assistant. There's social media internships, there's IT internships, there's human resources internships, customer service internships. So it really has something for everyone, and I feel like if you see it, apply for it. Again, you have nothing to lose, only everything to gain. Advice I would give is, when you get it, don't be nervous. Just ask questions, ask for help, be eager, be excited, go for it, do your best. You're here to learn, and you're here to grow, and you're here to succeed. And it can seem nervous at first, but it really is a great work environment. And I want to say thank you to ADollarClass for giving me the opportunity not only to be intern of the month for June, but just giving me the opportunity to work for such an amazing company that it has a greater mission, and it just wants to help people learn. and support people for such an affordable price, and make sure that everyone has that support and access to support. So I'm really grateful to be a part of this organization that really does prioritize other people's needs and wants to make a difference in the world. So yeah, and I'm also grateful that I got the chance to share my story and my experience about ADollarClass, and I hope anyone else who comes across it will give it a chance and just apply.